If your data engineer resume starts with something like Spark, SQL, Python, AWS, Kafka, Snowflake, Databricks, I need to tell you something honestly, that resume might already be losing. Not because those skills are bad, they are good, but because when a recruiter sees a giant tool list with no story, no proof, and no impact, it doesn't feel like this person can build data systems. It feels like this person knows words. And that's the problem. So here, what I'm going to do in this video, I will show you the biggest resume mistakes that get data engineer resumes ignored, and more importantly, how to fix them. Not in a motivational way, in a practical way. I will even show you how to rewrite weak bullets into stronger ones. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly why most data engineer resumes get ignored and how to fix yours so it sounds like an engineer built real systems, not like a shopping list of tools. Hello everyone, welcome to Big Data Factory. I am Pranit and I have over 4+ years of experience working as a data engineer. For example, if your resume currently says worked on Spark and AWS for data processing, I want you to leave this video knowing how to turn that into something like built a Spark-based ETL pipeline on AWS to process 40 million plus records daily and reduce downstream reporting latency by 30%. That difference matters a lot. Now first, why do resumes get rejected so fast? Because recruiters do not read your resume like a novel. They scan it fast, sometimes 10 seconds and sometimes less, which means your resume has one job: make it painfully obvious what you built, how big it was, and why anyone should care. So let's get into the mistakes. First mistake, no proof of what actually you built. A lot of resumes say things like worked on data pipelines, handle big data processing, use cloud technologies. That sounds safe, and that's exactly why it gets ignored. Safe writing kills resumes. Recruiters want proof, even simple proof. What kind of data, what kind of pipeline, batch or streaming, what source, what target. So instead of writing worked on data pipelines, say build batch pipelines to ingest API and log data into S3, process it with Spark, and loaded curated tables for BI reporting. Now I know what you did. Second mistake, no numbers. This is a huge one. If your resume has 0 numbers, it feels low confidence because numbers give scale, numbers give impact, numbers make work feel real. You don't need fake hero numbers, you just need useful ones. How many records, how many jobs, how often did it run, what improved. Instead of saying improved Spark job performance, say optimized Spark transformations and partitioning strategy, reducing job time from 45 minutes to 28 minutes. Instead of saying worked on AWS data pipeline, say maintain daily ingestion pipeline on AWS, handling 12 million plus records across multiple sources. Numbers don't need to be huge, they need to be concrete. Third mistakes, generic projects that scream copied from YouTube. This one is especially important for freshers and early career engineers. There is nothing wrong with projects, you need projects. But if your project section says built Netflix clone, made COVID dashboard, created sentiment analysis app, and it has no depth, no engineering detail, and no explanation of data flow, it won't help much for data engineering. For a DU role, your project should sound like a pipeline, not just an app. A better project sounds like this. Designed an end-to-end pipeline to ingest REST API data into S3, transformed raw JSON using PySpark, partitioned curated outputs by date, and exposed final tables for analysis. That sounds like data engineering. Even if it's a personal project, the structure should feel real. Source, ingestion, storage, transformation, and then target. That flow matters. Fourth mistake, your resume has no story. This is subtle but more powerful. A good data engineer resume should read like one clear sentence: this person knows how data moves. If I look at your resume and I only see random bullets, SQL here, AWS there, one dashboard, one Python script, one Jira bullet, one support task, I don't get a clear picture. But if your bullet consistently show ingestion, transformation, orchestration, storage, quality, and performance, then your resume starts to feel coherent. That's the word, coherent. You don't need to mention every tiny task you ever did. You need to make your resume feel like one person with one direction. Fifth mistake, too many tools. This happens when people panic and try to make the resume look rich. So they write Python, SQL, Spark, AWS, Azure, GCP, Snowflake, Redshift, Airflow, Kafka, Hadoop, Hive, Databricks, DBT, Table, etc. At some point, it stops looking impressive and starts feeling unbelievable. Be selective. If you're early career, I would rather see SQL, Spark, Python, AWS, Airflow with strong bullets underneath than 18 tools and no real proof. Depth beats decoration. Sixth mistake, weak summary and messy structure. Your resume summary should not sound like passionate and hardworking individual seeking a challenging opportunity in a reputed organization. Nobody remembers that. It could belong to anyone. Your summary should do one thing: position you clearly. Something like data engineer with experience in building batch data pipelines using SQL, PySpark, and AWS, and strong focus on transformation, workflow automation, and performance optimization. That's clear, that sounds relevant, and that sounds hireable. And structure-wise, keep it clean. Start with summary, and then go to the skill section, and then experience section, and then add the education details. And don't make people hunt for the good parts in your resume. Now let's do the useful part. What does a strong data engineer resume should actually look like? Here is the formula. 1. A clear summary that actually says what kind of data engineer you are. And 2. A focused skill section, not a museum. And 3. Experience or project bullets that answers 4 questions. What did you build? What tools did you use? What scale or frequency did it run at? And what improved because of it? That's it. If your bullets consistently answer those 4 things, your resume becomes much stronger. But here is where most people still mess it up. They improve the content but still sabotage themselves with small mistakes. Spelling errors, different tense in every bullet, file and paragraphs, random bold text everywhere, too many buzzwords, no spacing, and PDF exported badly. These things sound small, but resumes are judged emotionally as much as logically. If it looks messy, people assume the work is messy. So before you send your resume, do this final check. Can someone understand your profile in 15 seconds? Can they tell you what kind of data engineer you are? Can they see scale, tools, and impact quickly? And does it sound like real work? If yes, good. If not, fix that before you applying for 50 jobs and blaming the market. So let's wrap up this simply. If your data engineering resume is getting ignored, it's usually not because you are hopeless, it's because your resume is too vague, too broad, too tool heavy, and not proof heavy enough. Fix the toolist problem, show what you built, add numbers, make projects feel real, tell one clear data story, and clean up the structure. That alone can move your resume from skip to maybe interview. If this video saved you from mistakes, drop a like so YouTube knows this is helpful. And subscribe if you are preparing for data engineering roles. And comment resume. And I will make a follow-up video with the real data engineer resume template and project bullet examples so that you can model yours own. And if you're getting interviews but not clearing them, watch the next video. I will break down real data engineer interview questions and how to prepare for them properly. This is all for today. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.